What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this Saturday morning slash afternoon, depending on where you are? Uh, Welcome to Context with Jim Green for all things uh, apologetics, preaching, all that type of stuff. Y'all already know the drill. I decided I'm doing something different. I'm just doing something different. I don't know. I just felt like getting on here and talking. I got a lot on my heart. And I do have a show tomorrow, but I just felt like coming on here and interacting with people. I don't generally just get on and just start up a random pop up. I don't really typically I don't do that. Um, I like all my stuff planned, but today I'm feeling a little adventurous, so that's why I'm up. Also, at some point in time, y'all might hear my wife in the background. She gonna probably show up here while I'm on here. It's okay because it's one of them kind of random days. So y'all just uh, never mind the interaction that I'm probably gonna have with her. Y'all hang out with me, man. I appreciate y'all. Post what's up. Appreciate you. Thanks for checking in today. I don't know, man. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I don't even know where to start. Actually, um, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and so this is for this reason. Um, for this reason, I made a rant file, and whenever I get an issue on my heart that I want to talk about, I just put it in this file, put it in this file, put it in this file, and so I've developed it over a number of I don't know, I guess months now, and I have a rant file, yes, and it's just stuff that a lot of stuff that I don't generally talk about during my show. Um, that's what's in this rant file. So maybe I just figured that, like I said, this is random. This is unscripted. I didn't plan this. I'm just out here sharing what's on my heart. So, um, I'm really, it's really crazy what's out here as far as people who say they're Christians and what they actually believe. Um, the Christians that believe in non-biblical principles, or someone who says they know the Bible, but they don't. I guess you could say people that are attracted to teachers with itching ears. I think I see a lot of that. I see a lot of people, it's because you can tell by what they post. If you want to know where a person's doctrine is coming from, look at who they post. Look at the people that they choose to post, to the people they choose to promote, and that'll give you some insight into um, what they actually really believe. Like I just go out on a limb. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm gonna make an obvious statement here. TD Jakes is a false teacher. You know, I don't care what you think. Been listening to him for years and comparing what he says to the Bible. He's a false teacher. Um, yeah, but every once in a while, TD Jakes will say something that's that's noteworthy, and I'll point it out. But I will not post clips of TD Jakes in a positive light because he's a false teacher. I'm not going to promote anything that he teaches, quite honestly. Now, I have in the past done some videos where I showed, or he was actually someone else was actually analyzing his teaching, and the teaching that they were analyzing of TD Jakes was actually TD Jakes actually teaching in a orthodox fashion, and I was blown away. And I made note of it, and I said, you know what, I can't do anything but give him accolades for this, and I will. But I'm not going to post TD Jakes in a positive light because his teaching is false for all intents and purposes. So that's just one. But I see people posting false teachers as if they have the truth. And the one thing I've learned over all these years of doing this apologetic type stuff that I do is, boy, you better not run afoul of some of these people. You better not say nothing about these people's teachers, boy, because you're gonna have the wrath of God on you. Okay. It's really weird because you come up against somebody, one of their teachers, and their teacher is false. They're gonna come at you with go both guns blazing. Okay, but we got to tell the truth. We got to be honest, right? So let me go in this rant file right here. Okay. So one of the things I have in my rant file, texting back and forth, like online, like social media stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna just be honest with you. Um, I'm old school. I prefer a face to face. I can do a little bit of back and forth action, but I'm not going to post long texts and be texting back and forth for you for 2, 3, 4 days on the same subject. Let's just get on live. Let's get on live and let's interact. This is like, because being on lives, this is like a phone call. This is like a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Alton Johnson? Appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for being here, man. Yeah, if you got a disagreement with me, why not get on a live? Like, if you really believe your doctrine, whatever it is, then why not get on a live and we hash it out? You know what I'm saying? Unless you feel like you're not able to articulate your beliefs. That's what I think a lot of times happens. People because I call people out. If you text them back and forth, and some people can text the whole book, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. But you ask them to get on live. Let's get on the live and talk about it. They don't want no parts of that. Why? Because you doing stuff like you Googling stuff while you talking to me, you going and looking up, and that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. But I just think that you can't really fully articulate your belief system if you're not able to get in a live phone call or a live with me so we can chop it up. I'm not doing these texting back and forth, texting back and forth for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a whole week, and we still trading, and you posting whole books on your text. I just don't text like that. And I don't think you can. I don't think you can really hash nothing out on the text, and you're not ever going to capitulate either. That's just the way I feel about that. You know what I mean? So if you really got a serious problem with me, jump on the live with me, and we can hash it out. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's how I'm feeling. So I just wa- I'm going through my rant file. Alton, I created a rant file, stuff I don't normally talk about. And since I decided to do this random pop up, I decided to to go on there. Okay. Okay. So let's see. What I got? No, 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 no. Let's see. Okay, it's not as much in here as I thought it was, but there's some good stuff in here. Okay, so yeah, this one, so it's political season. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Okay, so okay, so look, I don't understand. I really wish someone would come and explain this to me. You're a Christian, right? But you're going to vote for a Democratic candidate, i.e., Kamala Harris. Why? Explain to me why. And the reason why I say that is you need to understand something. I'm gonna make this very crystal clear. This might be taken down. I don't care. I'm gonna say this. The Democrat Party wants to unalive babies. They up to the ninth month. Okay. Up to the ninth month. Up to the ninth month. If you call yourself a Christian, how can you vote for that? You know that's their agenda. And let's not play stupid, okay? You know what that is. You know what that is. There's no way around that. There's nowhere around that. There's nowhere around it. And you can't justify that and make that real. Jules McManaway, appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. DeAndre Barnett, appreciate you. Mr. Fluffy, appreciate you. Thank you guys for stopping by. Yeah, somebody needs to make me understand. Yeah, even after birth and some kind. How do you do that? How do you do that, Alton? How do you do that, unalive a baby after the birth? But yet the Democrats, that's what they want to do. But you call yourself a Christian. You call yourself a child of God, and you're running to the polls to vote for a platform that has been open and clear about this fact. I don't understand y'all. I don't understand y'all. I don't understand y'all. Reggie Rogers, what's up, my brother? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping in, man. Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And the argumentation is weak. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have a case. Listen, I'm gonna say this real point. I'm being point blank today. I'm being real today. I'm fun. Some of y'all finna get hit in between the eyes. Okay. Look, you cannot make a case where it's okay for a Christian to be okay with unaliving babies. You're a child of God. You can make a humanistic argument for it, but even that's weak. It's just no good reason to do it. Period. And we got people doing it for child, birth control purposes. Just for birth control. Just I jumped in the bed, I did something. Now I got this baby. I'm gonna go take care of it. This is why people are doing it. But you got Christians running out to vote for that, for a woman's right to do that. But you're a Christian. You're a Bible believing Christian. But you voting for voting for that. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. And I don't want to hear no humanistic arguments. If you're a Christian, you believe in the Bible. If you're a Christian, you believe in God. You follow God. God says thou shalt now kill. That's pretty point blank. Okay. So now make your case for that. Make your case for doing that. And here's the real clincher. The child does not have a say. They're at the mercy of us humans that already been here. So human makes a decision to have sex with somebody, okay, unprotected in most cases. I know that the condoms can break and stuff, but most of the time it's just unprotected sex out of lust. Okay, get pregnant. I'm gonna go take care of it. There's a political platform, the Democrat Party, that say we are going to fight for a woman's right to do this. You're a Christian, and you know that that's what they stand for. Don't sit here and try to act like you don't know that that's what they do. They've been doing this for decades. But yet you go to the polls and vote for it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I just don't see I just don't see how do you promote evil? Because that's straight up evil. Not to mention, the damage that it causes psychologically to the mother, physically to the mother sometimes. Sometimes these women never recover psychologically after doing that. There's physical incidents. I made a whole documentary on what happens to women that have gone to these abortion mills and basically been left for dead. Yeah, you guys will never hear that stuff though. You'll never hear that in the news. It's not going to happen. But nobody's talking about that. But yet we got Christians going to vote for that. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. So that was on my rant file too. Also, it's gonna get tight up in here. It's gonna get tight up in her. Okay, check this out. Okay, so on the issue of LGBTQ, they keep on adding letters. On the issue of LGBTQ, here's my stance. Number one, as a Christian, as a Bible-believing Christian, it is clear that that behavior is a behavior that God has deemed to be sinful behavior. There's no ambiguity about that. If God said, listen, if God say it's wrong, it's wrong. And he has clearly said that it is wrong, period. Let's start there. That being said, if these people want to get together and find each other, okay, do what you do. I'm praying for you. Okay. But there's a couple of things I want to say about that. Number one, why are you parading it in the streets? We have a whole month now dedicated to the LGBTQ actually parading their sexuality through our streets. A whole month. And we talking about some lewd behavior. Not just, we just gonna march with some signs and some flags and wave to everybody. Hey, yes, we're proud for we're homosexuals and we're proud. Not just that. And we talking about booty cheeks out, everything. And here's where I draw my line. I draw my line with there because that's just indecent exposure. If we had a heterosexual month where we were allowed to have parades in the street for heterosexuality and we walked around with our junk out, we'd get arrested. We get arrested straight up for indecent exposure. But we have a whole culture of people that are allowed legally to do this for 1 month of the year. Thank you, Obama. Thank you, Obama. Appreciate that, my guy. Okay, so why parade it? I don't. If you want to, like I say, if you want to be proud of what you are, that's fine. But why bring it into the streets? And my number 2 point is it's finna get tight. Why are you so adamant about showing this to our children? This would have live finna get cut off. This one's finna get cut off. Anyway, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say though. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. What's up, brother Walsh? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, man. I had to come and rant, bro. I got some stuff on my heart. So, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. So let me get so why are you parading your sexuality in the streets, literally showing your junk to kids? Not only are you showing your junk to kids, You want to read. Oh, let's have a story time and read to the children. Why? Why? What? Why? Why? Why y'all want to read to our kids? And here's the other side of that. Who are these parents that are taking their kids to these trans story time hours? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? No, I don't get it. Somebody explain that to me. I need explanation. I need some answers. This is why I did this show. I need some answers. If y'all want to hit me up on my email, do the work 2020 at gmail.com, or you want to come on here, I need some answers, man. I need some answers. I need some answers. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Geontray says to indoctrinate them. I have a tendency to believe that. Because why? Why you, like I said, if you want to do that, that's your choice. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't attack LGBTQ people. I know some. I work with some. I have good relationships with them. But we don't talk about the sexuality stuff at all, period. I don't talk about it. If they do talk about it, we're gonna have a discussion about what God has said in the area of sexuality, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? But I don't attack them and I don't go after them because you know what? Sin, this is their sin. This is their sin. And they need to be prayed for and they need the gospel like everybody else. So I stay neutral on the most part unless the issue is in my lap directly and I have to tell them, well, God has made the rules about sexuality and here they are, and you're violating that. Or two, y'all start messing with the kids. When you cross over into the kids, now I'm having serious problems. Okay. I remember a few years back, I knew I was going to have a problem with this when they start saying, we're going to start teaching gay history in kindergarten. Why? Why? Why is they learning how to read and write and do arithmetic? Why are we teaching them about sexuality? Why? Why? I need some clarity. Because I just I'm so frustrated about that. I don't get it. But I do get it at the same time. This is a proliferation of sin, a celebration of sin. This is as plainly as I can say it. So you Christians, the Christians that come down on the side of, oh well, we shouldn't be judgmental. Well, maybe we should. God is gracious and God gives us freedom to do. All y'all Christians that think that way, y'all don't trust y'all don't believe the Bible, and you don't trust God. Stop saying you're Christian. Stop saying you're Christian. I listen. You cannot side with something that's clearly sinful and then say you worship God. If God has made something extremely clear in the scriptures, and rather than side with God, you side with a society that wants to promote that thing, Houston, we got a problem. Whose side are you on? I always flash back to the Old Testament because I remember that when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, they brought some of their idols with them. They brought idols from Egypt. They weren't supposed to do that. Moses came down and said, from mountain, he had just got the 10 Commandments. He came down and says, if you on the Lord's side, come over here. If you not on the Lord's side, stay over there. Guess what? It's happening right now. God is making it clear, if you on my side, come over here. If you on that side, stay over there. Okay? He's making it clear. You can't side with sin. If you side with sin, then you got what's coming to you. You understand what I'm saying? Let me put this up. My brother Walsh, he says, these ideas not only negate biblical, I'm sorry, biological realities, talking about homosexuality, and trans and stuff, but also puts tension between schools and parental influence, creating a lack of transparency for an underdeveloped young mind. That's one point. Exactly. So we don't need to be teaching the kids this stuff. Why? We're already doing it. I'm not going to go into that. I might really get into some serious trouble, but we don't need to be teaching them that. We need to be teaching them that. So if you're going to, my Christian friend, I'm talking about Christian friends right now. Stop promoting evil. Stop promoting sin. Okay? If you're siding with this agenda, you're promoting sin. Let's be clear about that. Let's be clear about that. That God has made this abundantly clear in the scriptures what this is. And you know what it is. You know what it is. Anyway. So let's see what the rant files. Okay. Another big question out here. Let's see. Already talked about that. Okay. Back to politics again. You remember, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I generally don't speak about politics, just as a rule. I started this many years ago, and when I started it a long time, I used to talk about politics a lot. I actually used to watch 4 or 5, 6 hours of network news every day, just so I could be informed, so I could come on here and talk about it. I don't do that anymore, and there's a reason why I don't do it anymore, because when I came back to doing this content creation, and I had been away for a while, I felt in my spirit the Lord telling me, you need to stay focused on the biblical issues. But when the biblical issues cross over, when the politics crosses over into biblical issues, then I'll speak. And that's why I'm talking about this stuff right now. And so I just want y'all to understand, back to the part about the Democrats. The Democrats are an anti-God party. And I'm not, let me make something clear. I'm not saying that the other party is pro-God. I'm not saying that either, because there's a point to be made in some points where I can say that they actually aren't. But that's not the point. The point is that there is a clear line of demarcation between that's in the Democrat Party, where they say we really don't want God, but at the same time, we're gonna go to the black churches. Now, I want y'all to take note of something. I don't see any videos, y'all black Christians, buckle up. I don't see any videos of the Democrat Party going to white evangelical churches. Why? But some people say that's not their voter base. How do you know? Some white folks got to vote for y'all. It's not enough for us black folks to put y'all in office. So y'all got to be going to some church, but we never see no videos. Think about this. Have you? If y'all got some, send them to me. Yeah, matter of fact, that would be a pretty good, a cool little video to show, to juxtapose Democrats in the white church versus Democrats in the black church. Because all they got to do every 4 years, they do it. They do a song. They don't do jack for y'all. Listen, y'all black Christians out here that vote Democrat. Listen, they don't do jack for y'all while they in office for them 4 years. But then when voting time come, they get up, they get in front of a camera, they do a song and dance, and they diction change, and I'm just gonna go hang out when I'm in these streets, and yeah, making all these acting black. All they gotta do is get in the camera and act black. And y'all, oh my God, yes, so much electricity. Y'all stop, man. Stop. Really? That's all you needed? They ain't articulated one policy yet. She just put out some weak stuff, weak sauce, I call it. Kamala Harris a couple of days ago or something. I don't know. Yesterday. I don't know. Sometime. But even that, going around talking about they going, how come you don't do that? You've been there for 4 years. How come you haven't done it? But get up behind Megan Thee Stallion, have Quavo get up and talk, reach out to all these hip hop stars, have them get on their platforms, and you're gonna run to the polls. Wake up, man. Wake up. Wake up. You black Christians who vote Democrat, y'all need to wake up, man. Wake up. What are you voting for? Voting for Kamala because she's black. Is she really? Is she really? With her Indian family and her white husband, is she really black? And if that's what you're voting for, I know some people who are going to vote for her just because she says she's black. That's sad. No policies, don't have no policies, no nothing to run on. 4 years of economic downturn in my estimation, but you're gonna go vote for her. Why? Because she's black. Come on, man. Seriously? Is this what it's come to? Is this what it's come to? Yeah. Anyway, so let me go up, go over here. Okay, so I want to talk about I don't know why I'm stuck here. We actually have see, I'm started on this line of speaking, and I'm gonna have to stick with it. I got to see it through now. We have, and I talked a little bit about this on the video I did with my brother Kevin Moten. Y'all go on my page and check it out. It's the one is about the only political thing I have right now on my page. A couple weeks ago. Wait, I take that back. I got 2 political things on it. It's political season, so I'm talking about politics. But we clearly, how do back to the same point. I keep coming back here. I don't understand it. Oh, let me see what Walsh says here. Walsh says, from a purely strategic perspective, the Democrat Party tends to invest in communities where they see a greater return on their wow. Yeah, I can't argue that logic. I can't argue that logic, Walsh. Hey, you're right. But I'm gonna do some investigation because you guys, if I told you that there is there's a political organization that's in control of the largest black churches in America, what would you think? You guys would think I was a conspiracy theorist, huh? I got receipts, y'all. I got receipts. I got receipts. I'm gonna just do a little experiment right now. Okay, so here's what I need, and I'm gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna y'all help me. Y'all help me with this. Kojic, which is Church of God in Christ, um, Methodist. I mean African Methodist, AME. Those are the two. Okay, so I'm just those two. There's six of them. I don't know all six what they're called, but they're all a part of this political organization that's controlled by Democrats. Here's how it works. Political time is here. They get a letter from the headquarters of this company, of this organization. The black preachers go to the pulpits and start stumping for them and start attacking the attacking the Republicans. Okay. Yeah. That's how they mobilize the black vote. And the videos are all over YouTube. Ridiculous amount of videos that support what I'm saying on the on the internet. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all this too. I'm gonna show y'all this, and I'm before I unveil it, I'm just gonna put it up here so we can find out together. But I already know what I'm gonna see. I already know what I'm gonna see. I just want you to see it. So so this is a search I just did on the African Methodist Episcopal Church, the oldest black church in America. That's what AME is known for. And I'm going to click on here on the website here just to show you what's on the page. Okay, so we got General Conference. It's the big conference, the big one where everybody comes, right? Okay, everything is talking about that, right? Everything's talking about General Conference. Find a church near you. Okay, let's see here. What else can we find? I think they got everything. Yeah, they got everything back because they want everybody to show up for that. They want everybody to show up for General Conference. Let's see what do we got here. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. News events. Okay, I just see a lot of I don't let's see. Virtual voter training videos, of course. Quadrennial theme. Okay, they cleaned this up. Actually, it's actually doesn't look as bad as the last time I looked on here. Well, I guess maybe because it was during COVID, and of course we had all the black churches all in on COVID. Of course, Stevie Rankins, what's up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here, man. Reginald Wells, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So this doesn't look so bad, but I guarantee you, when I find this, I'm gonna do a whole live on it. When I find this, what I told you guys is oh gosh, I'm gonna look at it. See, now I'm curious. But first, let me go to let's see. See, COVID taught us a lot. COVID taught me a lot. I had a church shut me down, shut us all down for a whole year. They told us we're not coming back to church for a year. Send us a letter while we was at home. Um, uh, yeah, we're not coming back to church for a year. That's what we got from my church. Um, not before we even knew what was going on, guys. Before we even really knew what was going on, we got that from our church, and that told me about their commitment to us. But anyway, let's go over here. This says the presiding bishops. Okay, so this is the Kojic Church website. Okay, another international church, of course. Kojic counts. Okay, getting souls to the polls. That's what they got. Okay, join the movement. Okay, what is that? Click here for more. The Partnership Center, Center for Faith Based, that's Human Services. Wellvana. Okay, that's a health initiative. Hold on a second. Let me click on this. I'm curious. It might not be anything, but let me click on here and see what it is. Come on, you. Oh, there it is. Okay. Special announcement. All these videos in a way. I don't want this video. I just want to read the. Okay, here it is. Dear Saints of Spirit. Wellvana Interfaith Network, a partnership in service of healthier communities. WIN invites healthcare providers in our communities to join. Okay, that's not nothing. I mean, that's not bad. The saints among us are at the greatest risk of death from heart disease, diabetes, and kidney disease. It's just a general health thing. Okay, I honestly, I mean, I don't have a problem. I have a problem with that. Longest when I see health, I know, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but when I see health, red flags go up for me, especially when it comes from black folks, because usually they try to try health to you guys know what they try no the health issue to black people. I mean to abortion. They call it women's health issues. That's why my antennas are always up when I see churches talk health. That's why I clicked on that link. But it looks benign. It looks like it's actually that's what they actually want. Um, and how we serve Department of Women. Let's see what this says here. International Department of Women, uh, Women's Convention. Uh, they actually have really stepped their game up on the websites, man. This is good. This is good stuff, actually. On the surface, I'm gonna dig into this. Like I said, this is a just a pop up, man. And I didn't plan none of this stuff. I didn't plan any of this. Um, let's see, evangelism department. Oh, they don't like that. My computer don't like that site, whatever that is. Uh, anyway, my point, my broader point was we got to watch these people that say they're Christians, but you're voting for non-Christian issues. You're voting for it. You're promoting sin. You're promoting anti godly biblical views. If a politician or a party fully embraces something that the Bible tells us is clearly sin and clearly against God, then as men and women of God, we should take the same position that God and the Bible take. I don't understand how much more clear that can be. I don't understand how people don't get that. So but that's the hold on a second. See now I'm on now I'm on one. Hold on a second. Um Okay, let's see. I'm doing research on the fly right now. Okay, let's go on here. Let's go on here since we're talking about this. Uh, okay, I'm gonna pull this up so we can go over this document. All right, Stevie man. All right, appreciate you, bro. Let's pull this up. I didn't plan none of this, y'all. Honestly, I'm keep it a buck with y'all. I did not plan to talk about any of this stuff I'm talking about now. I have my little rant file, and this is just what it is. So this is a Brookings.edu. This is a website. This is an article. The Black Church and the 2024 presidential election. Okay. Over this is in May. This is done in May. Now look at the what we have over here to the left. What this article is going to talk about. African American political alignments have changed along with their religious affiliations, and this helps to explain a burgeoning diversity within Black America. It says while African Americans are moving away from the Democrat Party, they are not moving towards the Republican Party in a meaningful way. There is room for former President Trump to make gains among the fastest growing Christian tradition with contemporary Black church, non denominational Protestant voters who identify as conservatives and or might vote for Republicans based on economic policies. Now, I want to make a commentary here. There's a word in there that's very important that was said in is policies. Okay, policies. Listen, let me get up here for this. Let me come up here for this. I don't care about any of um, the visuals that you see. Honestly, um, I don't. Speeches don't move me on either side. To be honest with you, speeches on either side don't move me. What this person said and what that person tweeted and what I don't really move me. You know what moves me? Policy. As a voter, policy. What does your policy look like? Okay. If someone wants to, maybe I'll do it. In the future, I'm gonna compile some the policies of the Democrat Party. I'm gonna compose the policies that they created during the 4 years that they're in, whenever they're in power, and I'm gonna compare them to the ones that the Republicans do. And just on a side note, historically, Black people are conservative and Republican. Let me do this real quick, and I haven't done this on the live either. So, uh, I'm gonna pull this up because nobody's talking about this either. I don't think somebody is somewhere. Okay, so and some of you might not even know this because I'm just gonna be honest with you and tell you that this isn't something that's trumpeted in our society. When I'm about to show y'all, when I'm about to show y'all, what I'm about to show y'all is something that and I don't think they talk about it in. I've been in a few history classes. Honestly, I work in education myself. In the summertime, I'm in history classes. Okay, but I have yet to see this. I have yet to see this. You know, they want to try to be diverse and all that type of stuff. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up so y'all can see it for yourself. So y'all can see it for yourself. Uh, instead of just Jimmy Green rambling. Okay, so hold on. Is this? Oh yeah, okay. So let me share this with y'all. So This is what y'all look what so this is what we got. The first black senators and representatives. Now, I want you to pay attention to the years. The year. See the years? 1870 and 1871. Now, pop quiz. What was going on in America around this time? This this isn't like modern day stuff. This is post slavery, guys. And guess what? Do you think they were Democrats or were they Republicans? Were these dudes Democrats or were they Republicans? Y'all know. I got smart people here, man. I got smart people in my community. I got some smart people in this community, and I know you guys know the answer to this. These were Republicans. These are Republicans. South Carolina a Republican, Robert Carlos DeLarge, Alabama, Benjamin Turner. Mississippi had Hiram Revels. Florida had Josiah Walls. Georgia had Jefferson Long. South Carolina. These are all southern states, guys. These are southern states, slave states. So you mean to tell me that these slave states had black Republican senators that were elected post-slavery in the South? In the South. But see, they don't want to talk. They don't want to tell y'all this. We are. And then I'm just gonna go out there and I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say this. Conservative, because we as black people, we have become more liberal socially, but we come from a conservative background. Now I'm talking about socially. Okay. I grew up in the era where, boy, you don't need to be doing this. Don't be messing with them little girls. Don't be doing little girls. You better have your skirts. You better be down to your knees. Y'all don't be playing with these being mannish with these boys. Being mannish means that you're trying to hug them, kiss them, and all that stuff. You know, because some kind of sexual. That's what that was. You don't be going here. Don't go there. We were way more conservative than we are now. Now we got parents telling their kids, live your dream, follow your heart, do what you want. It's much more liberal, right? But I just wanted to just put this on your plate. Since the first colored senator, that's what it says, colored, and representatives in the 41st and 42nd Congress of the United States. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video because it's short. It's 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Each week, American History TV's American Artifacts explores the history of the United States through objects. Up next, we visit Capitol Hill to talk to House historian Matthew Wasniewski.
Oh, this is fair use. This is so I don't get in trouble. This is fair use. This is for educational purposes.
And House curator Farah Elliott about the history of African Americans in Congress in the 19th century, and to see a selection of artifacts from the House collection.
The story of how African Americans come to Congress in the 19th century is not one that a lot of people are familiar with. We actually had 22 African Americans serve between 1870 and 1901.
22. Guys, this is just the first crop right here that we looked at. 22.
20 in the House, 2 in the Senate. It's largely a House story. After Lincoln's assassinated, President Johnson takes over and has even more lenient view than Lincoln of how the southern states are going to be readmitted. And he's pushed constantly by the radical Republicans. And in a very short period of time, roughly 4 or 5 years, they pass a series of constitutional amendments and also laws that bring about the equality of African Americans in the South. And that starts in early 1865 with the passage of the 13th Amendment, and that's ratified later that year, banning slavery, outlawing slavery once and for all in the U.S., but then followed up by some major legislation,
yes,
like the Civil Rights Act of 1866.
But I want to talk about something right here, though. Okay, now it's important to note that what he said was actually historically accurate. What he's not going to talk about, because it's not on his, it's not the docket that he's talking about, is there were politicians that were sneaking stuff in the into these documents, into these amendments that were actually against blacks, i.e., black code, pig law. These are things that made it a crime for a black person to be standing too close to a white person, things like that. If you got caught stealing, you went back into slavery, all these types of things. Guess who was promoting those laws? You think it was Republicans that were supporting that kind of stuff? This black code and these pig laws? No, it was Democrats. And just so I shared this on my last one, I just want to mention again. Historically, the Democrats were the party of slavery. Okay, and they were the ones that were fighting to keep their slaves in the South. Democrats. In fact, the Republican Party was created to combat slavery. Nobody don't talk about that, though. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about that. And in that whole switch, the old day, but they switched. There was a party switch. What? A switch? Like, what do you mean switch? Somebody cut on a switch and they just switch sides? Hey, how about we trade positions? How about you before slavery for a while, and we'll just switch roles right now? Nah, it didn't happen. That's spin. That's Democratic spin to get themselves out of trouble, because they understand that that's a bad place to be. You understand? Historically, you was on the wrong side. You was on the wrong side of history when it came to slavery. You was on the wrong side of history when it came to the Civil War, all that stuff. Democrats. Period. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that out. So let this go ahead and finish.
Which extended citizenship rights to the freedmen. And then subsequently,
I just want to make a point here. All this while the Republican Party was fighting to make blacks freer, the opposition they got was from the Democrat Party. They fought every bill that wanted to free slaves. They fought every bill that wanted to give slaves the right to vote. They fought every bill that wanted to give blacks access as a free American. Democrats did that. Just so you know.
Constitutional amendments like the 14th Amendment, which guaranteed citizenship rights, the 15th Amendment, which guaranteed voting rights, and then also a series of Reconstruction Acts.
Hold on.
That
I'm gonna keep saying it. Every one of these bills he's naming, was fought tooth and nail by Democrats. They did not want these black people who have been slaves for all these years and putting up our rutabagas and our potatoes and doing all this work. We did not want to acknowledge that these people were equal citizens with us. Democrats.
The South into military districts and gave power to Union generals to run those districts politically, essentially, to set up elections and to ensure that African Americans could come to the polls under the new laws and amendments that had been passed. The first African American who is elected to the House and seated in the House is Joseph Rainey of South Carolina in December of 1870. And following him are another 19 African American members throughout the course of the 19th century.
That's the picture I just showed y'all.
Rainey wasn't actually the first African American in Congress. That distinction went to Hiram Revels of Mississippi, who was elected by the state legislature, as senators were back in the 19th century. And
did y'all hear what he said? He was elected. These men were elected. Okay? That means somebody voted for them. And it wasn't black folks. Because blacks were they were fighting for the rights for blacks to vote. So somebody white had to support them. A whole lot of white. And there's another one of my points I talk about all the time, as we want to attack white people for slavery, which was terrible, and all the horrible things that came with it. We don't want to give them the credit for the positivity that they did inject, i.e. the abolitionist movement, i.e. fighting for them in courts, i.e. fighting for and dying beside them in the civil rights movement. Why do we not give them the credit that they're due for that? That's my question.
He came into Congress in early 1870. The high point in terms of the number of African Americans is the 43rd Congress, mid-1870s. There's only 6 or 7 African Americans in Congress at that point. So they're really too small of a group to drive any kind of legislative agenda. So they tend to give very eloquent speeches about some of the major bills, like the 1875 Civil Rights Act, which, again, is a piece of legislation not many people think about today. When you think Civil Rights Act, it's the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Mm-hmm. And what that bill in 1875 would have done is essentially the same thing that the 1964 bill did. It would have granted equality in accommodations, in public travel, and also in schools. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these African Americans from the South, from South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, got up and spoke on behalf of this bill, and particularly the education provision, which would have provided an equal playing field. And that provision, sadly, is stripped out of the bill at the very end.
Because they don't want to, this is the fight, to education, right? The fight to not, because you guys got to remember, one of the biggest things were don't educate them Negroes. Remember, during the slave trade, don't educate them Negroes. That was one of the big sticking points. Don't teach them how to read. Don't teach them how to write. Why? For fear that they were going to take over
of the Congress.
This is a 1907 print that was made of all, it's called Colored Men Who Have Served in the Congress of the United States. And it is really a testament to the persistence of hope in the African American community for participation in public life. Mm-hmm. It's done in 1907, and it's going to be another 2 decades before an African American returns to Congress. And this print was done sort of as a memento. In fact, the way it's done is this very popular method of showing a lot of things on a page. It's almost done as if it's a scrapbook or a photo album in sort of recognition of those things that had happened. It was printed in DC. We acquired it in DC. It may never have left the nation's capital, unlike black representation at the time that it was printed.
Outstanding. Unsung history. Unsung history. How much unsung history do we got out here, guys? How much unsung history do we got out here? And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I stopped watching network news. It's because, and I thank my mother. This is where I get to thank my mother for what she did for me as a kid. My mother was very well. She came from her. I mean, her mother was a teacher, and so she passed that down to her children, of course. And one of the things my mother did for us is she bought us a set of World Book Encyclopedia and Britannica, and that was Google for us back in the day. That was our Google. We wanted to look for stuff. That's what we did. We looked that type of stuff up. And also what my mother used to do is she used to collect magazine clippings and newspaper clippings about Black history and Blacks that invented things and all these types of things, and would hang them on the refrigerator so that we understood what our history that wasn't being taught to us. And we still have that going on now, by the way. We still have that same thing going on now. The lack of education. And it happens on both sides. It happens on both sides. And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean when let's put up this comment from my brother. It says the KKK had a strong ties to the Democrat Party, definitely in the South during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Black Americans therefore saw Democrat Party as an enemy to their civil rights, and that's in that, yes, and also Walsh, the Democrat Party, they didn't these KKK members that wore these hoods and raided the Black communities and tell them, you don't vote Negro, you don't go, I tell you what, don't vote. Okay, if you vote, we're gonna come back here and destroy you. Look, that was a political figure. That was a political figure that was terrorizing these Black neighborhoods back in the day. So they had an image problem. Right? They had an image problem. So they had to fix it. But I just wanted to show this. And like I said, I'm setting up some a series of videos that I'm gonna do like later in the year, probably, where I talk about these types of things that we have a tendency to forget about. So let me move on from let me hold on a second. Let me move on from let me move on from here in my little rant session. Ranted enough about that. What else? Let's see. Oh, I touched on it a little bit earlier in the stream. Okay, so I brought this out. Is what I've been seeing for the last, really, honestly, when TikTok got popular, when TikTok started getting popular, there arose a number of people who begin to come onto TikTok and teach the Bible. And it has de-evolved since then. It's been going all downhill, y'all. All downhill. I got to tell you, what I have seen for theology on TikTok in the last 2 years makes me want to throw up. I'm serious. And sometimes it's people that are friends, like you don't have a pastor, you don't go to church yourself. You're not being discipled in the word. You haven't been taught proper hermeneutics. That's clear. You just woke up, you read the Bible, and you woke up and you decided to go out and teach the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And so there's that. But then now lately, we're starting to see more like Orthodox type of Christians that they understand the Bible. But for whatever reason, when a social issue comes, like LGBTQ, like things like how gospel music is portrayed, which is, and how some of these hold on, let me see if I can find these. Let's see. Let me look this up real quick. I'm fixing to promote somebody because they already got a video. Okay, so one of the trends that I've been seeing is these females that are dressing unbecoming, honestly, of a Christian. Okay, that's what I've been seeing, a lot of that, especially in Atlanta. Reginald Wells knows all about that. We have these type of people that are getting up and teaching the Bible. Okay. I'm sorry, but there has to be a standard. There has to be a standard, guys. There has to be a standard. This is always my point when I'm talking to Christians. There has to be a standard that separates. God said to children of Israel, come out from among them. From among who? The pagans, the heathens. Come out from among them and be ye separate. God calls us to be separate from the world. And when I say separate, I don't mean that we go like nuns into a convent up in the hills and don't have contact with anybody. I mean, separate in the way we live our lives, separate in our traditions, separate in how we conduct ourselves. That's what God wants. We don't look like the world, talk like the world, act like the world. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be different. We're supposed to sound different. Okay. We even look different. This looking like the world to win the world, acting like the world to win the world, that's not even a biblical concept. And people try to use Paul as an excuse and say, well, he became all things to all men. That's not what that means. That is not what that means. That means if you take that literally, that means, oh, okay, so I wanted to win fornicators, so I became a fornicator. I wanted to win adulterers, so I became an adulterer. Is that what the word of God means when it's talking about that? Come on. I'm trying to find this video. Okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Hold on. Let's see here. See, I'm gonna have to go. No, I can't do it. I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to just do a separate stream, man. I'm gonna have to do a separate stream on this because this is important. How we look and sound before the world is important, guys. I don't care what nobody tell you. Said it's not important. Yeah, it is. It is. Because you're representing God. See, let's not mention the black cabinet, which included many segregationalists. That's you're going to have to put me up on that wall. So I'm not hip to that. I'm not privy to that. You're going to have to hit me up to that. Yeah, for sure, man. So anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. So down the road, I'm putting everything down the road. Down the road, I'm gonna put this all together, and this is gonna be part of my conversation. Let's get back to the rant file. Okay, so again, this is one of these things that's in our apologetic circle. I got at least one of my apologetic brothers in here, Jesse Walsh, that I know for sure. This idea of demons possessing Christians. I don't know. That's a new idea and it's false. Because in order for demons to possess Christians, you have to tell me how. If the Bible says the believer is indwelt with the Holy Spirit, you have to explain to me how the Holy Spirit and demons coexist within the Christian. Can somebody make that case for me, please? Somebody make that case. And we got these demon chasers, like Alexander Burgani, Mike Signorelli, Catherine Crick, and the likes, Greg Locke. We got these guys that preach to you and teach you that you have demons. You have demons that have to be purged every so often. So you get saved, delivered, and 3 minutes later, you need to show up at a deliverance service to get your demons exorcised. You leave, you live. Now, mind you, you're a Christian, you're saved. You're saved. The Holy Spirit dwells in you, but you have demons. So you got to come back every 3 months to get the demons exercised. That's not even anywhere close to spiritual. I mean, close to biblical. We have zero examples of that in Scripture. So why are we doing it? Sam Miguel, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. What does a Christian have to do with the Holy Spirit? You don't know? You don't know, Quentin? You don't know? I'm not going to, honestly, it doesn't matter what I present. Quentin Williams is going to reject it because that's what Quentin Williams does. Matter of fact, are we supposed to be having a debate, Quentin Williams, on is salvation only for Israel? We supposed to be having a debate, right? Right? And we having a debate on that? A moderated, equal time debate, not no screaming match back and forth. We're not doing none of that. I get equal time, you get equal time. We have cross-examination when we get to examine each other straight across, all that type of stuff. Had to switch over to the official channel. Oh, okay, San Miguel. Yeah, well, San Miguel, I'm gonna hit you up, man, about this documentary I'm doing, man. I need your input on some stuff. I need your input on some stuff. So I'm probably gonna be hitting you this week. I want to get this finished. I'm in the final chapter of my screenplay for it, and I need you to help me on this, brother. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you this week. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So we got people out here saying that Christians can be demon possessed. I don't see it. If you're set free by Christ and every curse was taken to the cross, that was nailed to the cross. Now, you could make a point, the psychological stuff that you may have to work through and whatnot as a Christian, I think you can make a case for that. But for a demon possession, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah. So again, that's, and I'm gonna have to have Jude. I'm gonna have to get, we're gonna have to reach out to Jude, man. We gotta do another one of them. Matter of fact, we gotta do another cross media meetup, man. It's time for one, man. It's past time for one. Past time. Anyway, let me go back in my little box right here. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about this. Another disturbing trend. No, it's not going to be Walsh. You can have your own one-on-one with Walsh. Okay, I don't need Walsh to help me, and he don't need me to help him. If you want to debate us, we'll debate you one-on-one, brother. We don't need no help. Okay, we really don't, honestly. So me and you will set up a time. In fact, you need to send me your email, and we'll set up a time. And if you want to debate Walsh, you reach out to Walsh and you set up your time with debate. We're not doing this 2-on-1 because it's not necessary, honestly. I'm gonna be nice right now, but anyway. So people who want to attack Paul's credibility, and let me tell you about another disturbing trend right now in the Hebrew Israelite community. People who want to attack Paul, and we've seen it. They are attacking Paul. They are attacking not only all of his letters. I see people attacking Hebrews. I see people attacking Luke. I see people attacking parts of Acts that don't agree with their false doctrine. Listen, that's not going to work, guys. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You can get mad. You can snot out your nose. You can come up with all kinds of premises. You're not going to, you can disavow it all you want, but you're not going to invalidate scripture. It's not going to work. It makes you look desperate. It makes you look desperate when you do that. If you're attacking books of the Bible or authors of books of the Bible, you guys seen the video of the one brother from Sakari who said Paul didn't know what he was talking about, and I think it was Romans or something. I can't even remember one of the books he was in. Hebrews, Romans, one of them. Paul didn't know what he was talking about. I've heard Hassad from Sakari attack Luke as a Bible author. It said his books is what Luke wrote is not valid scripturally. I've heard Guerrilla Hebrew say that the book of Hebrews is not valid because of the question of the authorship of Hebrews. All these dudes out here attacking these Bible authors, and the only reason why they're attacking them is because they destroy their false doctrine. You understand what I'm saying? The only reason why you want to invalidate Paul or these other biblical writers is because, and if you listen to a Hebrew Israelite talk for long. Listen to him talk. I'm going to go on a limb and say 90 to 95% of the scriptures that they present are all Old Testament scriptures. It's as if they want to disavow themselves from the New Testament altogether, which includes Jesus, by the way. Why do you want to invalidate the part of the Bible that has Jesus in it? That seems strange to me, because that's what the Bible is about. You understand what I'm saying? Age mayhem. Who are you? No. Oh, I see you. You from okay. Shout out to Age Mayhem. Appreciate you from Twitch. Appreciate you, man. No. I just changed gears, bro. I ain't stopped. I'm just in a different lane now. I'm still here, my brother. I'm still here. Oh, TikTok. Okay. All right. That's what's up, man. Listen, I just changed up a little bit, man. I still do what I do. I just do what I do for God, bro. You feel me? I just think that it needs to be done out here. We need some gospel out here. We need some biblical something out here. And so that's where God put me. So I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot. But yeah, so people that attack the New Testament, the New Covenant, you guys are looking desperate out here. Y'all looking desperate. Y'all looking desperate because y'all know that when you read and study them New Testament concepts, 99, all that false teaching got to go. All that false teaching got to go. Yep. Yeah, he said I could. Yeah, but you'll say that though, Quentin, and then we'll quote something, and if it goes against your doctrine, you'll refute that. That it don't work, bro. It's not. It don't work. It don't work. Yeah. Yeah, you guys purport to stand on the whole book, but then when we bring something from the whole book, oh well, we misunderstand it. We don't know the Bible, and y'all act like this. And this is what happens with these Hebrew Israelites. Y'all act like we don't read and study the Bible too. You guys believe, and I'm not saying all, but I think that there's this sentiment out here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of us black folks don't read the Bible, but some of us do. Some of us do. Some of us do. And them the ones you have the problem. These are the ones that you have the problems with. Those of us who do read and study, because we're not going for your mess. We're not going to let you get away with that mess. Period. It's not happening. It's not happening. Oh, which one? Oh, let me go over here. I'm gonna do that right now. Walsh, I'm gonna go. So Quentin, let's see. Jesse want me to show you something. Which the one you just did? Are you talking about the? Oh my goodness. This is the one you're talking about. I know it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up. This is from my brother Walsh. This is from my brother Walsh. This is what he's been doing with his. This is what you've been doing with your time on Walsh. Okay, I see you. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Where's it? Okay, yeah. So here it is. Here it is, y'all. This is from Jesse Walsh, my brother from another mother. He been bored. He been messing with some AI stuff. This is what he came up with. Look at the bro. What's with the what? Oh man, that's crazy, bro. Accurate though. Definitely accurate. Definitely accurate, bro. Bro, you go, Jesse, your thumbnail game done went way up. Like it like triple, bro. Like overnight, seemed like it. The AI doing you like that? Bro. See, now I want to get with you on the thumbnails. I thought I was the thumbnail dude. You blowing me out the water with these thumbnails, man. But yeah. But yeah, I just find it so disingenuous. I just find it so disingenuous for these dudes to be out here trying to disavow books or disallow books, disallow authors. Like y'all can't. It's not going. You guys are not the gatekeepers of the Bible. Okay. You're not the gatekeepers of the Bible. Okay. Just to put that out there. But anyway, so let's see. I think I might just wrap it up because see, I'm gonna talk about one more thing and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Like I said, this was a pop-up. I didn't plan this. So okay. So I want to talk about this. There's lots of conversations about color, nationality, ethnicity, when it comes to the Bible. Okay, so as a black man in America, I think that there's validity. And me and my brother Walsh, we talked about this. We started the series. We got one more to do, Walsh. We got to do one more on that series. Where we do deal with stuff like the whitewashing of Christianity and the transatlantic slave trade and the impact that it had on the black community from a religious standpoint, from a biblical standpoint. We got to talk about all that type of stuff, man. But here's my thing. We cannot become so engrossed in the conversation about race, ethnicity, and all that other stuff that we leave the gospel out. We have to circle back to the gospel, okay? And keep the gospel the main thing. Because if not, we're in danger of becoming just another identity cult. Listen to me good. I'm going to repeat myself. I think that the conversation about race as a black man in regards to the Bible and Christianity is needed. Okay, so I think it's needed, but we cannot make that the main focus. We talk about it and then we graft it into the gospel. That's what we need to do. We need to take the information that we gain from our study of history and identity and all these types of things and graft that into how does this fit into the gospel. And whatever we can fit into the gospel, we acknowledge it. Whatever does not fit with the gospel, we extricate that. Otherwise, like I said, we just become another identity code. Built for Speed, man. What's up, man? You know, I just see you and I know you're going to be there and you're going to do what you do. I appreciate you, man. And I got your text messages too. I just haven't seen the video. I haven't looked at the video yet. But yeah, we gotta temper this conversation toward what how does this look in relation to the gospel? I think it's very important. And like I said, we need to acknowledge that stuff, man. But if we're acknowledging stuff, we got to acknowledge stuff like, for instance, Amistad. I'm gonna end on this. I'm a Amistad. I don't know what's going on there. Are you guys familiar with the story of Amistad? Are you guys familiar? Okay. Okay, so let me. Oh, okay. This is short. Okay, good. I'm bringing this up. So this is another one of those untold histories to stuff. Like I've never heard this story told like in any history classes or anything like that. I could be wrong. I know somebody's doing it. We just never have. We just have never done it. Okay. Where is it at? Read more. Okay, this is the story of Amistad. I'm gonna end on this. Because I don't understand. No, I know. I got it. The Prophet James Groves. That's what you sent me, right? Prophet James N. Groves. Yeah. Church of God and Saints of Christ. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Is this William Crowdy? No. Whose church is this that you sent me? That's not. Is that William Crowdy's church? I'm trying to figure out who, because I'm doing some study because for my documentary and stuff, and the name of this church came up, but there's two churches that the names are similar, and this is one. Who's this? Who this? I just say, Bill, who this? Okay, see what? Do you got an article or something to go along with this? I got to check this out, bro. Yeah, that's his church. Yeah, right. But let me show y'all the picture though. I'm gonna show y'all the picture. Look, okay, so this the picture Bill just sent me. Look, now I'm confused. Hold on, let me see. The lights reflecting and all that stuff. Okay, so let me put down. Okay, so can y'all see that? Okay, I'm confused. This is another dude's James something. James Groves, and he white. Why am I confused? I'm confused, bro. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you this story, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Listen, and this goes to my point of us acknowledging the full history whenever we're talking about slavery and that type of stuff. Why do we never talk about Amistad? Nobody brings it up. Nobody brings up Amistad. I'm gonna show you why they don't bring up Amistad. Okay, let's bring it up on the screen so y'all can see it too. Okay, so here's the Amistad case. Okay, so in February 1839, Portuguese slave hunters abducted a large group of Africans in Sierra Leone and shipped them to Havana, Cuba, a center for the slave trade. This abduction violated all of the treaties then in existence. They had already said, we're not going to do this no more. Two Spanish plantation owners, Pedro Montez and Jose Ruiz, purchased 53 Africans and put them aboard the Cuban schooner Amistad to ship them to a Caribbean plantation. On July 1st, 1839, the Africans seized the ship, killed the captain and the cook, and ordered Montez and Ruiz to sail to Africa. Right? Okay, so down here, okay, Montez and Ruiz actually steered the ship north, and on August 24th, 1839, the Amistad was seized off Long Island, New York, by the U.S. brig Washington. The schooner, its cargo, and all aboard were taken to New London, CT. The plantation owners were freed, and the Africans were imprisoned on charges of murder. So, you all hear what's going on, right? Okay, so these two plantation owners, against the law, abducted, filled up what they've been doing for a couple 300 years already, filled up a bunch of Africans in slave ships and was bringing them somewhere. These slaves started a revolt on the ship, took over the ship, and told them to take us back to Africa. Instead of taking back to Africa, they landed at New York. Okay. It says, although the murder charges were dismissed, the Africans continued to be held in confinement, and the case went on trial in a federal district court in Connecticut. The plantation owners, government of Spain, and captain of the Washington each claimed rights to the Africans or compensation. So here they are in court trying to say, well, we either need to get paid or we need to keep our slaves. Okay. It says, however, abolitionists in the North, listen very closely, abolitionists in the North opposed extradition and raised money to defend Africans. Now, I have a question here. Can you guess who was at the head of these abolitionists that raised money to get these slaves to help these African slaves. Do you think? What do you think they were? Do you think they were black? You think they were Hispanic, white? Let me say y'all from the suspense. They was white. White Christians from the north. White Christians from the north. Says they opposed extradition and raised money to defend Africans. Had it not been for the actions of abolitionists in the United States, the issues related to the Amistad might have ended quietly and at Admiralty Court. In other words, they would have just been slaves. But they used the incident as a way to expose the evils of slavery and generate significant opposition to the practice. Listen, the brig Washington that seized the Amistad was commanded by Lieutenant Thomas R. Gedney. In maritime law, compensation is allowed to persons whose assistance saves a ship or cargo from impending loss. Lieutenant Gedney claimed that it was with great difficulty and danger that he and his crew were able to recapture the Amistad from the Africans. They claimed that they had not seized had they not seized the vessel, it would have been a total loss to its rightful owners. Gedney and his crew believed they were entitled to about $65,000 at the time. That was a lot of money back then. Even individuals acting in their official capacity as officials of the government were entitled to salvage rights. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna pass all this legal stuff. They just wanted money. Okay, they just wanted money they was mad because they didn't get to sell their slaves. That's what they was squabbling about. As abolitionists hired Roger S. Baldwin, a lawyer from New Haven, and two New York lawyers, Seth Staples and Theodore Sedgwick, to serve as proctors or legal representatives for the Africans. Y'all think these was black dudes they hired? Whites, white Christians, white Christians. It's a fact. The proctor submitted to the district court in answer to the libels of Lieutenant Gedney, Pedro Montez, and Jose Reese. It conveys the position of the Africans. Each of them are natives of Africa and were born free in Africa, and were ever since have been and still are of right are out to be free and not slaves. So we got these white lawyers in court arguing that these Africans deserve to be free. Interesting, right? It states that they were not part of a Spanish domestic slave trade and instead had been forcibly kidnapped from the African coast, and further that while suffering great cruelty and oppression on board the Amistad, they were incited by the love of liberty natural to all men to take possession of the ship by force and seek asylum elsewhere. So they're on this. These guys are in court arguing that these are men and deserve to be treated like men, not dogs. You understand what I'm saying? They were free men, taken, kidnapped. These are other white men that are fighting for these Africans. Do you see the irony? This is why you can't say, listen, this is why you can't say every white man is the devil. Because that's just a bald-faced lie. Anyway, since the district court ruled that the case fell within federal jurisdiction and that the claims of the Africans as property were not legitimate because they were illegally held as slaves, the U.S. District Attorney filed an appeal to Supreme Court. So they're saying we want our slaves. So we're going to go up to court. It ended up in the Supreme Court. This is a Supreme Court case. Okay. Now, listen very closely, guys. In the trial before the Supreme Court, the Africans were represented by former U.S. President, a descendant of American revolutionaries, John Quincy Adams. Former President John Quincy Adams, in court, fighting for slaves. I thought all them dudes that was on the that signed the Declaration of Independence, I thought they all had slaves. No. But do your homework. Do your homework. Do your research. Do your research. They didn't all have slaves. Neither was they all for slavery. Anyway, it says, preparing for his appearance before the court, Adams requested papers from the lower courts 1 month before the proceedings opening. For 8.5 hours, the 73-year-old Adams passionately and eloquently defended Africans' right to freedom on both legal and moral grounds, referring to treaties prohibiting the slave trade and to the Declaration of Independence. What? He's appealing to the document that they made over 100 years before, while there were still slaves. My God. Listen, it says the Supreme Court decided in favor of the Africans, stating that they were free individuals kidnapped and transported illegally, that they had never been slaves. Senior Justice Joseph Story wrote and read the decision. It was the ultimate right of all human beings in extreme cases to resist oppression. They did what was natural to anybody. They have been taken from their freedom into slavery. They did what was natural. And to apply force against reignous injustice. The opinion asserted the Africans' right to resist unlawful slavery. The court ordered the immediate release of the Amistad Africans. 35 of the survivors returned to their homeland. The others died at sea or in prison or waiting trial. This is just one example. This is just one example of why the all white men are devils is a lie, because it's just not true. It's just not true. And we need to have more talks like this, because that's a part of history that's incorrect, just like the whitewashing of Christianity is incorrect. This part of history needs to be told. You see, so that's just that's where I'm coming from here. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for right now, man. I like I said, I just wanted to come on here and rant a little bit about whatever. Now tomorrow, guys, very important show tomorrow. I'm talking to a guy who used to be a Catholic for over 30 years, and he left Catholicism, came to Protestantism, and for the last 20 some years, he's been conducting an outreach to Catholics to bring them to Christ. And his name is Mike Gendron, and I'm going to be having a discussion with him tomorrow. You guys don't want to miss that. So yeah, same time. Wait, it's not going to be the same time because he's on a different time thing. So I think we're going to go 1 hour early. So 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is when we're going to do that. Quentin, I need your email address. Do you want to have a real debate, or do you want to do these things, this chat back and forth? This ain't a real debate, bro. Honestly, it's not. Anyway, so you said you wanted to debate me, so let's debate. a real debate, a scholarly debate. I'm not doing ghetto debates. I mean, I hate to sound like that, but it's just a fact, you know. I said that at the beginning of this. You weren't around, but I'm kind of done with texting back and forth with somebody for 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. It don't get nothing done. It don't get nothing done. And so, yeah. Let's see. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. But you got to email me though, because I got to get the format to you and all that type of stuff. So email. So let's see. I'm gonna put my email. Just sent it to what? To my email. Let me go over here and look. I don't see nothing on there. Let's see. Yeah, so I just sent you an email, and that's one of the things we got to do. I mean, we can do it on. I mean, I don't know yet. We can go on Berean's channel and do it. Okay, so your email is in the chat. I don't see it. I don't see your email. Anyway, Quentin, I just put my email in there. Email me something to that email address that I just put in the chat, and then we can set up the platform and format and all that type of stuff under the subject. And y'all be looking out for this next couple of weeks or so. Is salvation only for Israel? That's the topic that we're going to. Okay, I see it now. Okay, good. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so that's what we got going on, guys. Well, listen on. Hey, so tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm gonna have Mike Gendron on, ex-Catholic guy, to sit down and have a discussion. We're gonna go through all the stuff about Catholicism because he's been there. He was there for over 30 years. I consider him an authority because he's been there. He was there. He's not some commentator. He's not some apologist. He's a dude that actually been there and lived it for over 30 years. So he's going to be here. So I appreciate it if you guys come and hang out. Hey, thank y'all for coming and hang out with me, man. I didn't plan this, like I said. I just did it kind of out of boredom. And but I appreciate y'all coming to hang out, man. Y'all continue your conversation over there on the side. I appreciate Walsh. Thank you for coming. Quentin, thank you for coming. Built for Speed, appreciate you as always, man. I got you some extra mod help when they show up. Stevie Rankins and Sheila Mahone are now mods also. Just so you know, Bill. Appreciate y'all. Also, yeah, special shout out to Ace Mayhem. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here, man. Coming over from Twitch and TikTok. And San Miguel, we're gonna get together, man. I'm trying to finish up my my documentary stuff, and I need your help on that. Appreciate you. Reggie Rogers, thank you for stopping by. Alton Johnson, thank you for stopping by, my brother. I appreciate you. Post, thank you for being the first one here. Mr. Fluffy, thank you for being here. DeAndre Barnett, God bless you. Thank you for being here. Jules McManaway, thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I hope you guys have a blessed Saturday, man. I hope to see y'all tomorrow as well. 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be having a discussion with Mike Gendron on the doctrines of the Catholic Church. So until then, God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace.